This evening is an opportunity for us to slide into a space where we can be without any pressure, just being ourselves and experiencing the transformative energy of being aware with kindness, with friendliness, with compassion, giving space to who you are, without trying to get somewhere else. And to notice how it is possible again and again through that gesture to touch a place of contentment, to touch a place of fulfillment. So there is nothing particular we need to do with our thoughts, but allow yourself to discover another kind of wisdom, a wisdom which does not come from figuring things out, but a wisdom which comes from a knowing, which comes from being who you are, noticing what is happening in this moment, without making a problem out of it, without making a problem out of your restlessness, or the discomfort, or the sadness, or the joy. Whatever arises has space. That's something we can discover. There's space for your feelings. There's space for your thoughts. And we all have this really beautiful capacity to be kind. And sometimes when you have doubts about being a human being, then you can always remember that everyone you meet, including yourself, has this natural warmth, this natural capacity to be kind. And it's so wonderful when we use our life to nurture that kindness, because that's the only way that's the only place where we are truly happy. When we share, when we are kind, when we love, when we are connected, when we contribute, when we feel my life is meaningful. And when is our life meaningful? It is when we share. When we make other people happy. Then we feel my life is meaningful. And sometimes we forget that. It's easily lost in daily life. We get caught up in this rat race. And it is important that we remember, that we remind ourselves of this beautiful potential we have to have an open heart. And in the Buddhist teachings we learn about and we recognize these obstacles in our life which prevent us to manifest our true potential, to manifest who we are, which is not hard because we are already who we are. It's not that we need to work hard to be who we are. We are already it. It's just a matter to recognize that and to give space to that. And one obstacle, one limitation we sometimes experience on our path to wholeness is laziness. And I want to talk a little bit about laziness before we sit quietly. And in the Buddhist teachings, they They have lists of everything, so they also have a list of laziness, different kinds of laziness. And the first kind of laziness which is being described is the laziness of procrastination. I can do it tomorrow. Procrastination is this habit we have. I can do it tomorrow, I can do it next week. I can be kind after I have finished my thesis. I can share my resources with others once I earn 60,000 krona a month. No, as a student, I can't share my resources. I have too little. So procrastination is like, it's built on this illusion that we have a long time. And we don't know. So there is no passionate way. There is no passionate way to wholeness without realizing you're going to die. For sure you're going to die and you don't know when. And soon, all the hopes and fears you have at the moment are completely irrelevant. If you got the job, or if you got that apartment, or it's completely irrelevant. Soon what matters is, did you use your life to open your heart? Did you use your life to express who you are? Did you use your life to meet who you really are? Recognize who you really are. So the reflection on death, really on a daily basis, is really remembering death, not as a threat, not in order to be afraid, but as a way to become more alive, to set priorities in our life. So remembering death and asking yourself the question, what is really important in my life? And Lama Zopa Rinpoche, who is the spiritual guide of this center, says one way to do that is every morning to pause and to remember death and to ask yourself, or to say, this is my last day. This is my last day. This is my last evening. This is the last opportunity for you to figure it all out. The good thing is we can't figure it out anyway. Not with our with the conceptual mind. So, and then the second kind of laziness, that is the laziness of attachment to trivial matters, attachment to busyness, attachment to, to try to get things done, maybe talk with him. And that is maybe a little strange for us to have that as in this list of laziness, because in our society being busy is seen as something very positive, and we actually try to give the impression that we are very busy. And if we are not busy, then we feel that we fall into the category of losers, people who didn't make it. So it is interesting to see that actually running around and doing things and having all these appointments and squeezing more and more things into our life, that is that is laziness.